Breaking news. We take a break from our COVID coverage to bring you a wild story just coming to us from Waltham, Massachusetts. From what we understand, there was so much sin concentrated in one house due to quarantine that the whole house imploded into the 9 rings of hell. It appears that Dante was onto something because this real life black hole on South Street looks a lot like an inferno. We have received footage from inside the scene itself. It appears the resident stuck in the rings has been vlogging what we do these days for views. Now, in this first clip, we see Maddie waking up in the first circle of hell. What just looks like a messy bedroom for us seems to hold darker depths.
Quarantine, day 1. I went to bed at South Street, on South Street, and I've woken up and I'm pretty sure I'm in Dante's Inferno. This feels like the first ring. No physical pain yet. But the sorrow. Feels just like high school.
After this, Maddie apparently kept sinning, earning her spot in the second ring of hell. Sources say that she fell in love with the Quaker Oats character, bringing her to the circle of the lustful. When following the book, it seems as though she should be caught in front of an immense storm, but it appears to be closer to a living room fan in this case. Let's take a closer look.
I've definitely descended. I think I'm in the ring of lust. I didn't mean to, but it's been so long since I've seen a man. Mr. Quaker's eyes, they just took me over. Damn, boy, you so thick. I'll ring around that second hole of yours any day. Ship me down to that 7th ring already.
Well, that was disturbing. I don't know how we let that last clip get in there. Well, moving on. As we will soon see, the sinner just keeps on sinning as she eats her way through the 3rd circle. Now, in the literary inferno, vile filth was raining down on the sinners who were forced to lay on their backs and get pelted with it. But in the modern-day version, it seems that those sinners are force-fed broccoli with the clear rule of no ranch.
I'm definitely not on my way out of here. I thought I was in my kitchen, and I guess I got a little munchy, and now I'm in the 3rd ring, and I'm forced to just eat vile filth all day.
No ranch allowed!
Now here's one that'll make us all a little nervous for our place in hell. All she did was buy an overpriced face mask and gloves, and she somehow descended even further into hell. Now when this place gets filled out, I believe she should be constantly fighting with the other sinners with boulders. But since it seems to still mostly be a kitchen, and she's the only current sinner, pots and pans have taken the place of boulders.
I don't know how I ended up here. I just had a little extra time and started online shopping. It's quarantine and I just needed that zebra pattern mask. I even got gloves to match, but apparently they shoved me down another ring. I don't know about all this banging, but I miss Mr. Quaker, food, and freedom.
Okay, so this next clip is exciting and confusing. This ring is for the wrathful and the sorrowful, where the angry spend eternity fighting on top of the water while the sorrowful gurgle underneath. It seems as though 2 new sinners have appeared, one that she is struggling with on top of the bathtub, while the other sputters inside.
Okay, I got a little mad. I get it. Well, I know I shouldn't have hate commented on my high school rivals' Facebook. And now I'm stuck here fighting fighting the other sinners, a demon, I'm not really sure. And we're on this boiling lake. I'm 5 circles down. But at least I'm not her.
Now, in this next clip, we start to question the sanity of Maddie, our original sinner. She seems to believe that the orange tablecloth she's wearing is fire. Now, in the book, the heretics or false preachers in this ring would be on fire, but it seems she is just struggling with a tablecloth while attempting to assemble a shoddy conspiracy theory.
I ended up here. I was just spreading the truth. I did some research, and 9/11, Waco, the Amazon fire, all Bush. All Bush. I was just spreading my truth. No heretics here. All I know is the fire will make my message burn stronger!
Things get a little more complex in this next clip. This should be the circle of violence. Maddie has reportedly murdered her roommate, which has brought her down to the 7th ring, where she should be boiling in a river of blood, but somehow she's just used this time to make a poor baking joke. There are, however, more sinners implicated. There is a forest of humans for those who committed suicide, who appears to be being tortured by vicious demons, as well as a woman who is on a bed of burning sand for her preference for anal sex.
Okay, so I killed my roommate. This placement is totally justified. Now, instead of just burning and drowning, I'm burning and boiling. Just call me a bad Marie. But at least I'm not those guys.
It hurts and it's not even in a good way.
The 8th circle, which Maddie has somehow made her way down to, is incredibly complex, but I'll try to give you a rundown. It contains those who have committed fraud, including those who use their bodies to get what they want, flatterers, people who have sold sacred items, astrologers or fortune tellers, people who practice illegal politics, hypocrites, thieves, liars who gain from their victims, people who lied and wreaked havoc, and the counterfeiters and more liars.
The 8th circle's a whole mess, so I'll just give you the grand tour.
No! Oh, this is hot. Yikes.
Action.
This is classic Mercury retrograde.
No! 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 Ah! No!
I have a shortness of breath. So congested. Never been this tired in my life. Fever's definitely at least 103.
Now, these punishments varied, but I believe they were supposed to be. Getting whipped by demons, being covered in excrement, having their heads stuck in a rock while their feet were being burned. The heads of astrologers were twisted backwards while politicians were boiling in the lake, which appeared to be an egg, by the way. The hypocrites were wearing some sort of heavy cloaks while the thieves were being chased by a rather lethargic lizard. Someone was once again in a tablecloth, which they think is flames, and another is being hacked apart by a demon, while finally someone appears to be infected with coronavirus in there. So I really don't know what's going on.
I am. I've hit rock bottom. I'm in the 9th circle. But I deserve to be here. I took the last cookie from my brother when he asked me how to do it. And after that, I started dwelling on how much I'd love to start a revolution. After that, I killed a spider on my windowsill. And finally, I ghosted my parents. So I haven't had the best quarantine. I'll see you when Governor Baker releases me from the ice I'm encased in, also known as Corona 2020.
And we finally reach the end of this horrible saga, as Maddie commits all 4 sins in the 9th ring of treachery to really secure her spot in hell. She is then supposed to have been encased in ice, but it appears she is just having ice dumped on her. Well, this has been a crazy story, most likely just about a severely mentally ill group of 20-something-year-olds. It has been an adventure. All right, over and out. Stay safe and healthy. This has been Miranda Handbag at WZTV News. Thank you, and good night.